Hello everybody, I am the Linkzilla, and welcome back to Luigi's Mansion for what could be the final episode of Luigi's Mansion, and more importantly, the final episode of the Linkzilla Let's Play series on Ganon Ghidorah's YouTube channel. It's basically been a crazy few years ever since I started doing this. Finally decided to put the effort in to get all this recording equipment and finally basically try my hand at being a YouTuber. After all these years of waiting and preparation on Ganon's part, we finally managed to do it. But anyway, I've basically said my piece in that depressing Kappa video talking about the future of this channel, so there's nothing else for it. There's nothing else that we can do now except move on to further in the game, because this should be the final episode. I kind of wanted there to be at least one more video where we basically dedicate the entirety of fighting King Boo and getting the finale, because we are going to face Vincent Van Gogh in this video, and he's a portrait ghost, but he's kind of almost like a secondary antagonist in addition to King Boo, someone that basically is just as powerful and dangerous in my mind. He's probably the most dangerous of all the portrait ghosts, so effectively you could say that basically ending this video with him would be a good stopping point. However, I'm about to come up against one really easy portrait ghost boss and another portrait ghost boss that will literally just be near impossible for me to get the big pearl on. And so, since this is going to be the final episode, I might as well just accept it that this will basically have to be my final score. I'll probably go back on my own time and basically get the gold on the other, get gold ranks on the upcoming 3 portrait ghost bosses. But for now, I'm going to basically do the best that I can, and it's probably not going to be enough. I'm probably not going to be able to get the gold, the big pearls on these upcoming guys, and this will be the final episode because of all that. It's finally time to bring it to an end. Besides, I'm pretty sure that I've made Luigi more than enough money at this point. The amount of money alone has to be, that I made in this level so far, has to be upwards of over 40,000. And this room has so many friggin'... It's the armory. It literally has, all these suits of armor in them, and that's cool. Alright. Hey, I didn't know that you guys were in the suits of armor. Get off of me. Cherry flavored. Money, money, money. And not just the money, I mean, you know how much these suits of armor probably cost? Friggin'... I'd say more than 1,400 per suit. Maybe even 14,000. I'm just pulling that number out of my ass, I have no idea. But there are a lot of chests up here. Well, I mean, we are in the attic. But why the hell would they keep all the... Why the heck would they keep the armory in the attic? I mean... Almost makes me think that maybe there should be, a family member that's, obsessed with collecting stuff like this, and this is, where he keeps all of his stuff. You know, I could have sworn that these guys eventually swing their axes and, try to hit Luigi. Oh, they do! So I guess it's not enough that you basically have to inspect them with the poltergust, you actually have to friggin' tap them. Well, I'm gonna do it from behind now. Tap him right in his butt. Dang it, that doesn't work. Cheap. Oh, I guess he's one of the ones that doesn't drop it. Oh, that's clever. Their helmet's open.
Oh, yeah.
Well, some of them do, at least. It seems like Luigi is just made to suffer. Hold still, Shrek. Get over here.
Oh, yeah.
I really hate these friggin' blue twirlers. They're big, they're heavy, and they're so friggin' annoying. This'll be a good shortcut back to the foyer if we need to. Alright, come on out, my spectral friend. Ah, so that key goes all the way down to the fucking basement. Okay, good. That door is already unlocked. Better find the friggin'... Nope, I'm gonna have to come all the way back up here anyway. Ba-ba. Boo-bomb. Come on out, you little shit. Under Boo's making a comeback. What is that supposed to mean? Underoos? Ah. I will catch you, SpongeBob. You know, I'm pretty sure that exact same thing happened in somebody else's Let's Play. I should have basically saw it coming. Of course, I haven't watched anybody Let's Play this game in quite a while. And I'm just now realizing that if this Kappa thing goes through, I'm never going to be able to watch anybody else's Let's Plays ever again. I mean, unless, like, somebody decides to, like, be altruistic and just basically decide, you know, YouTube basically is good for a job and everything, and it's good to make money on, but at some point I just want to do it for the art, you know? Just to have some integrity. Do it for... Right. I didn't want to activate this guy, which is why I friggin' hate that goddamn Boo. This is one of the portrait ghosts. Oi! You, with a mustache! Yeah, you! For some reason, I get the feeling that this guy was like a former butler that shivers trapped in a jar. The reason why is because this guy is named Jarvis. Either that, or he's just a ceramics enthusiast. What do you think of me jar collection, then? Pretty amazing, don't you say? Willy, 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 well. We can't let you look at them for free. Now, can we? No, I think not. If you'd like to view me jars, you best challenge me first. No thanks, pal. Filthy annoying plumber. Go back to your pipes. Did he just kick me out of his room? That's fine by me. I gotta catch that Boo.
Mario.
I heard the Boo laughing. Is that an indication that the Boo has basically... Oh, there's something in this room. I guess if I ever lose track of a Boo, I just have to keep searching around like all the rooms in the immediate area. Boomerang coming at ya! Nope, this isn't one of the ones. I basically, like, waited to get this guy because I wanted to basically, like, have the entire area unlocked because this guy is pretty hard to catch. Boomerang, he's got over 300 health. Don't you dare go up on that roof. I don't even think that they can go to a different floor. Great. You know, the ironic thing is, I was actually planning to save catching the boos after I did the remaining portrait ghosts, because I knew that these guys were going to be annoying. Screw you, screw you, screw you. If I missed out on catching that boo because of Jarvis, I'm gonna be pissed.
Mario?
Will you please hold still? I'm blocking this wall. Hey!
Mario?
Come back here and fight me like a man! The worst part about it is, there's another boo inside that room with just as much health. 6 o'clock boos. 6 o'clock somewhere, I should say.
Mario!
Why can't he go out onto the balcony? I'm okay with fighting him out on the balcony. Especially considering that he goes to the center of whatever room he basically goes into. Ah, I've got you now, friend. He'll come back into this room, and then the son of a bitch is mine. You see, just because there's a colorful cartoon video game mascot on the screen doesn't mean that this is content suitable for children. Because seriously, if your kids are swearing like a sailor before they get to middle school, that's your fault as a parent. But once they get to middle school, just forget about it, because at that point, it's not... Swearing really isn't as important anymore. Literally speaking, they're gonna be around kids that are gonna be swearing literally all the time, and those kids that don't swear, they're gonna get picked on a lot more than the ones that do. So, finally caught that little bastard. Tip-top, Luigi. You remind me of myself at your age. Okay, send me the boo and all the data you've got. You know, Egad is about 80 years old, and it makes me wonder exactly how long he's had poltergeist technology. I really feel like there needs to be like some kind of 3D Mario game that was kind of like Partners in Time, that basically goes back in time and shows the characters as their younger selves. I know that Partners in Time basically did that and showed a younger Egad, but let's face it, it was just regular Egad. It's like that joke from the second Austin Powers movie about how number 2 is shown to be incredibly young, but Frau looks exactly the same as she did, like, 30 years ago.
Mario? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jarvis. Thank you. Here I come, then. If you wants to see me jars, yeah, let's have at it then. Fine by me. It's on then. See how many of me jars you can freeze with that ice boil. If you freeze 7 of me, then you win, righty right? But if you lose, mate, it's out the door with you. Righto, bring it on. So it's basically a game of whack-a-mole. Keep it up, you're on a roll. Let's play whack-a-mole. Whack me, whack me, whack me, whack me. Is he only in these 4 jars up ahead? That's 7. Should be 7. Yep. Game's over, mate. And the results are... You got 7 of me, boyo. I can't believe it. How could I lose? You made me face red for sure, mustache boy. Maybe you fancy getting stuffed into one of these one of these here jars. I am not losing to friggin' Jarvis. Alright, that was just... Right. And the thing about it is, I've actually discovered, like, a pretty useful tip that can basically, like, help me when it comes to these portrait ghosts, but Jarvis seems like such an easy and weak portrait ghost boss that I'm probably not going to need to use the technique. Got him! Thank you, Jarvis. It's iced up, Jarvis, to boy flaps! Jarvis! Come on, we gotta break the ice! Alright. That's all of them. And I got a money chest. And a diamond! 5 diamonds? I thought there were only 2! Man, I have no idea how much loot I've collected. I better be careful with this. I don't want to activate the boo just yet. Oh, dang it, I missed out on that bill. Oh well, I have over 1,000 bills. That's gotta be like more than 20 million. Who's shaking tambourine? Feel the beat from the tambourine, oh yeah. This song is addicting. So now seriously, that song really is friggin' addicting. Not that way. You can't get out that way because that's the edge of the house. You guys can't leave the house. I really wish that Luigi could just walk through this gap. It seems big enough for him. Suck in your gut, Luigi. Friggin' meatball, you. I'd basically make a comment about how basically certain people would probably get offended that I just basically called Luigi a meatball and basically therefore equated him with an Italian stereotype, but let's face it, Luigi's white. Nobody's gonna stand up for him. White and European, I might add. Outstanding work. You're like a leopard on the hunt. You know, there are some leopards over in that other room that might disagree with you. Okay, now send me the boo and all the data you've got. But seriously, that's such a cool idea that you could use with a concept of the haunted house that's filled with ghosts. 3 friggin' leopard skin rugs. How come the ghosts never possessed them? Okay, now I'm a bit worried because, like, that boo was supposed... That boo that got away, I was hoping that he would be somewhere, hiding somewhere in here, so... If he's not here, then where the hell is he? I'm a bit worried, because I didn't know that the boos could actually, like, disappear completely and you'd be unable to catch them. I thought that they just went into a different hiding place and, like, friggin' Jarvis. If I miss out on getting all 50 boos, and I miss out on a gold diamond because of that, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I've already saved. There's no going back at this point. They both better be in here. Time for the 6 o'clock booze. There seems to be something else in here, so maybe it's boom, maybe it's under booze. Maybe it might just be a present that 6 o'clock booze left for us. Because I've been burned like that before. Dang it, that friggin' pillar.
Mario!
Or support beam, whatever it is. I don't know architecture. Alright, people, cross your fingers. This is the moment of truth. Okay, he just said that. Lemon Ba! Oh, he's here. There you are, my friend. I'll ride up on you. It's underwear related. Gotcha, you son of a bitch. No boo escapes me. You stalk boos like a master. Hail the fearless boo hunter. Now send me the boo and all the data you've got. We've got a mission to accomplish. Lemon Ba. Right. Something that I've, noticed is that if you check the fourth wall in some rooms, you'll notice that most rooms will actually have a mirror on the fourth wall that you didn't even know was there. It's a quick method to teleport back to the foyer if you need to. But it seems like there's no mirror in these rooms, so... And I'm pretty sure that there's only one boo left on this floor. And I know exactly where it is. We'll get to him. We'll get to him. Right. Go back in here. As you were. You know, I don't think I ever checked the chandelier. Nothing. You know, it's a good thing, too, because, I mean, I tried to catch one of the other ghosts in the cellar, and he got away on me. Booze, I mean. So he's hiding somewhere else down there. But now that I basically got the keys, I will begin unlocking that entire downtown area. You know, it's ironic. I've already weakened so much of King Boo's power that I could go confront him right now if I wanted. But I friggin' want to complete this as best as I can. So, he's back. I knew he couldn't stay away. That's the thing about this room that's so friggin' difficult. Either I want to do this on the ceiling, or I want to get rid of all these piles of dust. Because I've actually found that, spraying this stuff while on the ceiling will actually reveal other secrets. Euripides, you're a tragedy. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Euripides the Wise? That's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Euripides, ghost. You think you're safe in there from me? You son of a bitch. I don't have time for you. Ooh, good thing I've got ice. Wow, I've never seen little green ghosts like that before. Will you guys friggin' sons of goddamn bitches. Right, so apparently, like the water is flowing through the mansion, what you gotta do is you gotta take your ice and freeze this river of sludge. That seems like a good idea. Seems like something that you should be doing. And you turn this little valve. That shuts off the water, which means that basically you shouldn't be able to get water spirits anymore. And I'm pretty sure that's the key to the final room in the attic. That's masterfully hidden, if I do say so myself. Or it could just be the key right next door. I'm boofing. Nice hair, Green. That's the problem with boos, is that since they don't have hearts, you can't exactly, like, tug on the control stick in order to basically manipulate them where you want them to go.
Oh yeah.
Come on out. Booby hatch. I'm nuts. Wait, did I not get this ghost? Well, I'm sure you guys can understand why I didn't. Seriously, fuck the ghosts on this level.
Oh yeah.
Shake it off, Ouija. I hate the fact that those little exploding ghosts are coming out of that friggin'... Oh, I'm gonna hate this room. This probably is one of the hardest rooms in the entire mansion, the cold storage. Because as you can see, I'm trying to friggin' catch the boo, and there are friggin' ice physics that I now have to deal with. There has to be some hearts in here. Not only do I have to deal with the ice physics, I have to friggin' deal with the friggin' stalactites falling from the ceiling. And not only that, not only is there also already a boo in that room, but there's also basically the one that I lost that went in there as well. I honestly wish that you could kill boos. Like, you guys aren't going in a painting when this is all done.
Mario?
Yes. And I am almost dead. Well done, Luigi, my boy. This time I have a special bit of information for you. Is it about Vincent? Yep. Uh-oh.
Mario!
Right. Now let's go back into that room and see what kind of damage we can cause. Right. So, we have a gas-powered fire here. And we have the ghost of some kind of explorer frozen in ice. Actually, I think this is the guy who basically has been doing all the collecting collecting all that stuff in the attic upstairs. Maybe he's like the globetrotter of the family that keeps bringing back rare and valuable items. You thaw him out by lighting those fires. Hot! Very hot! You're making it too hot! I'm going to cook in this heat! I'm going to melt! Did you light these fires? What were you thinking? People who start fires in this mansion had better be ready to pay the price! Now learn your lesson! I have no idea why I basically made him like that, but you basically have to spray your fire at him to melt the ice, avoiding his friggin' stalagmite attack and the stalactites falling from the ceiling. And you also have to deal with the friggin' ice physics. Basically, like, shine his heart, and then you basically start sucking him up. And the trick that I found is that you can actually bring up your Z item menu when you're fighting a portrait ghost, and it doesn't break the connection. What it actually does is that it kind of confuses the AI and makes them think that the battle just started, allowing you to basically shave off some more of their health. So basically, not only can you use this to kind of take a break if the fight is like basically going a bit too long, but you can also use this as kind of like a way to cheese the system. Now, some of you might be saying that this is like a despicable trick that I'm pulling, but at this point, I don't really care. Also, I'm looking at my inventory. Shouldn't I have a gold diamond? I know that I got the gold diamond. Where's my gold diamond? Aw, dang it. Oh well. I was basically confident that Sir Weston was going to be a bit too tough for me to do in one go. It's something that I've basically made peace with. And considering that I basically get my ass kicked by regular ghosts in this mansion, my battle with Vincent isn't going to be all that good either. Oh, I thought that stalagmite was going to fall on... stalactite was going to fall on me. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to get the bronze on Sir Weston because that took me 3 times instead of just 2. This should be the key to Vincent's room. I gotta say, like, storing the key to the tallest room in the mansion, and literally the highest room in the mansion, in, like, the bottom of the mansion. Pretty clever.
Mario?
Right, let's get these boos. Euripides! Quaff me! Go away!
Mario?
Yes!
の次だおやアイドル運がルイージ踊るヤマンバ
Shut up. Catch me, I'm Boulder Dash. Oh, Boulder Dash. Whoa. I'm realizing that I am missing a boo. You stalk boos like a master. Hail the fearless boo hunter. I like it when EGAD gives Luigi compliments. I really do like the whole mentor and student relationship that kind of formed between them. Alright, that's 2 of them for that room. But shouldn't there be another boo that's down here? Because I'm pretty sure that King Boo doesn't count as one of the 50 that escaped. It's not in here. You see? I sprayed that upside down and suddenly I get a bunch of gold coins. Gold coins that seem to be lasting quite a long time. And bills. It really makes me wonder how many different outcomes are randomly generated in this mountain, because I'm pretty sure that there's supposed to be a finite number of items that you can acquire. Ah, so he was in here. He must have hid in here when... Get out of the booze, Boo. Buffon, what's your who's your stylist? Oh, Bouffant. That's what it is. Come here. Don't go there. Come back to Uncle Ouija. Are you serious? Let go of the friggin'... You had to grab the tablecloth, didn't you, Ouija? We could have had him in one go. I had the guy, and then you let him get away. Seriously, that's who Ouija needs to team up with in a buddy cop movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ah, dang it. Why does he have to be near the exploding ones?
Oh yeah.
Why can't he come into this room? I would love it if he came into this room.
Yeah.
And I get that this house is haunted and whatnot, but they will never be able to explain how that room is supposed to work. Oh, you hid yourself. Fuck you, Boo. Try washing that mop. Gotcha, you little bastard.
Luigi.
You give those boos what for, Luigi? Now, let's see if I can friggin' get out of here. Ah, you see? There's a mirror down here that you guys probably didn't even know about. Boo. Boo. And I'm at full health, and I am about to go face the final portrait ghost. As in, the final portrait ghost besides King Boo. I consider, like, the main boss ghosts that you have to fight in order to end each area as the area bosses. The area boss ghosts. But when it comes to the portrait ghosts, the ones that you can that give you pearls, the optional ones as well as the non-optional ones, they're the portrait ghosts. And the thing about this guy is that he's one of the few members of the family that I can tell is outright malevolent. He's malevolent in that strange kind of way. That's basically kind of like, he feels like in life his genius is underappreciated, so he'll make people appreciate it more in death. He makes art until people die. In fact, I actually think that I have a new theory that he might have actually been the one that created the Bogmire. Sure, the Bogmire was a manifestation of, like, the family's greed and whatnot, and could have been part of Shivers' plan to kill off all the heirs so that he could inherit the fortune, but I think that basically he might have been an art project that went awry. Everybody, may I introduce for your viewing pleasure the Artist's Studio, and it is you interfere with my afterlife's work, no? Vincent Van Gogh. Oh? You filthy swine! You're blind to the life I give my creations! Very well then, I will show you the mastery of my art! This is basically a gauntlet round where you have to fight 3 of every single opponent. Good thing I've gotten good at fighting those guys. And unfortunately, you only get health if you can manage to capture multiple ones at the same time. When they go off in all directions like this, it's not so easy. I hate the twirlers. Burn, motherfuckers, burn. Fortunately, I don't think that basically your health counts towards, like, your score on Vincent, just the pearls. I hate these guys, especially when they're cherry flavored. And especially the fact that they disappear so quickly. And now they're scattered. Because they disappear so quickly when you shine the light on them. other ghosts stick around, you know? Now does he grasp the power of my creations? That would have been good if I had actually gotten it. Shy Guys, they're pretty tricky because I'm convinced that those hearts disappeared. Thanks for taking so friggin' long with the friggin' cutscenes, guys. Huh, I actually did manage to get 2 in one go. I think I'm doing pretty good so far, all things considered. Might have lost a few coins here or there. Ah, the garbage mouths. Trash mouths. It's when they scatter that basically it becomes hard. At least I don't have to fight any elemental ghosts. At least these guys don't flat out attack you, they just throw banana peels everywhere and try to trip you up. Which is weird, because I'm pretty sure we only associate them as being garbage themed because they're green, their mouths kind of look like trash can lids, and we associate banana peels with garbage. But the truth is, they're just eating bananas. They're just throwing their peels everywhere. These guys should be relatively easy, if you can abide the bombs. And if the friggin' poltergust would actually work. I'm coming for you, Vincent. Like setting other people on fire, huh? That ought to teach you. My creations! But even if I disappear, my work will live on! That is right, n'est-ce pas? Art is eternal! You see, this is why I basically consider this guy to be kind of like a secondary antagonist, because he seems to be the only one that has motive to actually let these events go on, instead of returning to rest, so... Huh? You say that only one of my creations is left? But this cannot be! Zut alors! I think that we kind of broke his heart there. Alright, come on, Vincent. In the corner. Oh, I was really hoping to get, like, to make one last gold rank on him. Pull out one last impossible victory. And this is clearly the greatest of Vincent van Gogh's creations. The Spade Key. And that goes to the secret chamber with a secret altar. Ah, that's clever. The chest in the painting opened up. But now, there's one last little thing we have to finish before going down there to finish this fight for good. finish this night for good. Bonique, c'est chic, freak out! You're not getting away from me.
Mario!
You're my mission. If you basically look in the background, you can see like artistic busts of both Biff Atlas in the center and Lydia off to the far side. Wow, I got him to go back in. Hey, my coin. Gotcha! And there's my gold diamond. You give those boos what for, Luigi? And I'm not gonna save here. Be careful, Luigi. You see, there's the bust of Lydia. And now, I got my treasure. Is that seriously the only gold diamond I've gotten? But I remember, like, in one of my other previous recordings, I got the other gold... Was that from the gold mouse that I missed? But I went back for the cheese, and it's like... Ugh. That's just something that I'm gonna have to accept. Right. Gonna go down to the foyer and save with a toad. Because now, there's only one thing left to do. Huh, that blackout was scary! I'm so glad the lights came back on! Phew! Go save Mario, Luigi! Man, that's so disappointing because I know that I friggin' got... I gotta stock up on as much health as I can. You know, part of me wants to just do, like, one last ones-over and make sure that I get as much of the treasure as I possibly can from this place.
Mario!
Keep checking this bucket to see if there'll be, somehow be another rare gem there. Well, thanks a lot, Shivers. You're an asshole.
Mario!
Because I'm looking at my score, and something just doesn't feel right. I'm supposed to have 10 emeralds, aren't I? I'm supposed to have 10 of all the other gems, and I thought that basically with the rubies were the ones that I missed, so... What else did I miss? Oh, right. I never went over the profiles of the other ghosts. Wow. I didn't even realize that King Boo didn't go here. I could have sworn that he did. Let's see, I mean... I've already done Sue P. Oh, well. Oops. The jar collector, Jarvis. He loves his antique jars so much that he now lives in one. He can hardly contain himself. I like to imagine that Shivers trapped him in one. I don't know why I come up with these weird headcanon ideas. The Chilly Climber, Sir Weston, 30 years old. This strange fellow's icy abode may be the reason he hasn't warmed up to being a ghost. So he was only 30 when he died? That's a shame. And Uncle Vincent. The starving artist, Vincent Van Gogh, 59 years old. Despite failing to sell a single painting in 30 years, this stubborn man refuses to let his art die. You could basically write an entire story about that. Well, it's been fun. Just one last thing. Thanks a lot, madam. You know, it's funny. I came in here during the blackout and you could shine your light on the crystal ball again. Part of me kept hoping that maybe she'd appear.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this. One for the road. Come on out. This is one of the things I don't like, because you look at the map. Oops. You look at the map, and this is supposed to be a straight hallway. Except Haunted Mansion, it's all windy and curvy. Didn't I mention that a few episodes ago? Well, anyway. It's the spade door. Well, I'd say that all the doors in this house are aces. There is one last treasure that I know I can collect. So,
Mario.
the lion's head room. And I like how there are scratches around the keyhole. This is it, Ouija. No turning back now. The last sapphire. Up-a-dup-a-dup-a-dup. If only I could somehow find, like, a last emerald here. What in the world is this? The strange altar. It's time for a showdown. I could just stare at my Mario painting for hours. It's true what they say about fine art. It takes utterly refined sensibilities to truly appreciate it. The way you plead for help, Mario. I find it so satisfying. Perhaps that is merely because I remember how much trouble you've caused me in the past. Seriously, though, who would actually believe that mansions get given away in contests? Talk about stupid. What do they feed you, Mario Brothers, anyway? Gullible soup? Your brother came all this way just to get turned into a painting. It's just terrific. However, this Mario painting looks lonely. I must have a Luigi painting as well. Then my gallery will truly be complete. I'm not afraid of you, fool. I fear only that infernal Poltergust 3000 you carry on your back, stupid machine! But I am a king among boos. I swear it. I shall fear no mere household cleaning device. I must say, I despise the way you vacuumed up all my friends. Don't imagine that I'll flee. I'll fight you like a true boo. Well, it's about the time. Seriously, you know what I've friggin' been through with the last 8 bulls or so? You guys are friggin' pussies, you know? Jeez, you really suck. Yeah, well, isn't that kind of the point? Now, join your brother inside the painting! And it's just like Madame Clairvoyant predicted. Bowser. Yeah! And this was honestly a surprise for me because I had no idea for the longest time that Bowser was in this game in any form. Wow, we're up on the roof. This is clever. The 4th level. This is clearly just some kind of fake Bowser, a Bowser costume, or maybe just a literal ghostly manifestation of Bowser that King Boo is basically controlling and whatnot. So it's so weird that Bowser basically ends up being the final boss of this game because this game is so unconventional from ordinary Mario that you'd expect something a bit more related to the theme. However, I'd say that Bowser makes for a pretty good final antagonist for Luigi to face because chasing me around with his head. I can't lose any more health. It's a good idea for Luigi to have to face Bowser because, like, Luigi was always the lesser-known Mario brother. He was, dang it, I've already lost. I wanted to really get gold rank on this, but so far, like, I've lost so much health that it's not going to happen. You would think that basically, like, King Boo would ultimately fight Luigi, like, one-on-one, like he said he was going to. And I honestly think that on some level I would have preferred that if they had done it better than they had done it in the sequels. But effectively, the theming of this game does sort of work with the idea that Bowser is the final boss that you have to beat, because, like, the idea that Luigi is finally having a game of his own, he's stepping out of his brother's shadow, that he now has to rescue Mario, the big brother that's always taken charge, and always led the fighting against the bad guys. The idea that basically now Luigi has to stand on his own without his brother to help him. So the idea that Luigi now has to fight Bowser, who is Mario's enemy, it comes up with the idea that Mario is always the one who has fought Bowser. Luigi has basically always let Mario take point on fighting Bowser. So the idea that Luigi now has to stand up to Bowser and fight him himself, it's good for the theming. It shows that Luigi is, like, starting to come into his own. Alright, yep, his head's going on backwards this time. So, first avoidance maneuver. He is changing direction a lot smoother than I thought he'd be able to. I have lost a lot of health and a lot of gold. Like, this has bronze rank written all over it. You see? That's what I was expecting. It's over, Boo. Gotcha! And with that, you get the final treasure. King Boo's crown. A worthless red ruby. I lost 54 health on that. I'm mad at myself. And it wasn't even from King Boo's attacks. It was from the elements around. Luigi! Luigi, you did it! Truly remarkable, my boy! I supplied the Poltergust 3000, but you ran with it all the way to the top, Sonny! You've made me so proud! Get a hold of yourself, egad! What's that? You found King Boo! He jumped into a painting of Bowser, you say? He even blew fire at you? Well, well, in all my years of ghost research, I've never heard such a fantastic tale. Look at Luigi, he's just like, well, but he's actually scratching his butt with the hand that's holding the Game Boy Horror. And that career spans 60 years, mind you. Why, I still recall starting out as a young whelp who trembled at the mere thought of a ghost. Trembled, I say! Oh, I beg your pardon. This old brain goes to recollecting every now and then. I could sit down and fill a week spinning ghost yarns. Why, just last... Right. Well, anywho, Luigi, grab your brother's painting and bring him to the lab. The poor little feather's fallen asleep. I do not believe that Mario would actually be able to fall asleep during all this. He must have just collapsed with relief and exhaustion when he saw you arrive. Although, it has been a rather long night, so I think that all of us could do with a nice bit of sleep. That's what's so ironic. This is the only Luigi's Mansion game so far that started off with Luigi not sleeping at all during the proceedings. The other two games each start out with him sleeping. I'll get the machine ready to return your brother to his former state. All ready? I'll be expecting you both. Over and out. And Luigi has successfully rescued his big brother Mario. This'll mess with your head. All your hard work lasted only a single night. Well done, Luigi. See what I mean? It has been a long night. The mansion those boos built disappeared into the night. I don't like that. I don't like the idea that they're still trying to convince us that the boos built the place. It ruins a whole lot of the interesting story and lore. But that treasure seems to be real. I have no interest in such stuff. Yeah, you have no interest in such stuff now. We'll get to that. So go on and keep it all. Use it however you like. Say what? Say what? Enough rattling on about money. I guess we'd better get your brother back then. Of course, your brother's really important, but first we have to take care of these last ghosts. Bowser's head. I will get out. I will not stand for such indignity. These ghosts are invisible. So we need to press them into visible forms. And presto, turn them into portraits. Bronze on King Boo, shame. Gold on Jarvis. Whoa! Oh, gold on Soupy. Yes! Silver on Van Gore. At least I think that was him. Gold on Grimly. Gold on the Toy Soldiers. And bronze on Sir Weston. I'd wager dollars to donuts that no one but me has such lovely paintings. Now you've caught Uncle Grimly, Jarvis, Vincent Van Gore, Sue P, Clockwork Soldiers, Sir Weston, and King Boo. I hate the fact that I got bronze on King Boo. Ugh. Captured all 23 ghosts. Money, money, money. 5 million, 720, 21 million, 5 million, 5 million, 72 million, 7 million, 10 million, 10... 20 million for just one. 28 million. Yes! 109. Managed to clear 100 million. I think that the maximum that you can get in the game is like somewhere close to 120, maybe 140 million, but I'm pretty sure you only need to clear 100 million in order to get the best rank. So, I can live with that. Maybe. Aw, everything's gone. Ow! Wow! Now we gotta rehydrate him. I like watching this because you watch him go through the washer and you see his depth return to him. Ow! Oh, oh. Hey, Luigi, get me out of here! Oh! And Mario! And Luigi sheds a tear of joy before laughing his ass off. You know, I kind of wish that the game didn't end like this. I wish that Mario, like, came to out of his dizziness and realized that Luigi saved him. And basically, like, shook his hand and gave him a big pat on the back. I feel like Luigi had earned that. So, that was the original Luigi's Mansion, and I gotta say, this game, it basically was... Well, it depends on the perspective that I basically go with. This game was a bit of a roller coaster for me because it really wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Like, years ago, back when this game first came out, the only thing I could think of is, why is it starring Luigi and not Mario? And why does he have a mansion? And it's about going around fighting ghosts? It doesn't seem very Mario-like to me. Anyway, I didn't get a GameCube until like a few years into the GameCube's run, back around the time it was marked down to 99, and basically like started coming with the Zelda collection. Because, you know, the GameCube underperformed, which is a shame too, because it's like one of Nintendo's best systems. It just undersold, because not a lot of people were expecting all that much from it. So basically, I only really got the GameCube to play the Zelda games and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, so I basically overlooked this one. But it's a shame, because I probably would have loved playing this game growing up. So, anyway, over the years, I basically like didn't really regard this game all that much until I decided to look up a playthrough about it and see what it was all about, and I realized that there's a lot of cool things about this game. Like, the ghost catching mechanic is a bit wonky, but it can be quite fun once you get used to it. It can be frustrating trying to catch the same ghost over and over and over again, trying to get the best rank, but getting that big pearl is always worth it in my mind. So, and getting all the ghosts on, like, the highest rank, I mean, basically, like, it's gotta be something to do, right? It definitely seems like a great... It seems like basically like a satisfying achievement to get the gold rank on all of them. Oh. And so, with the matter of the ghost settled, Professor Egad was so delighted to have all of his paintings returned that he used the treasure Luigi had found to build Luigi a new house. The old mansion is gone, and that is an A rank. Congratulations, your mansion is now complete. Rank A. I guess that's the best you can actually hope for is for an epilogue. The end. And so, basically, like, it's actually kind of funny in regards to that mansion. It's appeared in, like, in other Mario spin-off games. Like, I think it's either Mario Party or Mario Kart Racing, where you see the mansion in the background. That's kind of cool. It implies that the mansion technically exists, but there's also something that implies that the mansion itself is not actually canon, because if you basically ever play through Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, you see at the opening cutscenes that Luigi starts out in a house that is basically the same house from the D rank version that you can get by collecting, like, a certain amount of treasure in this game. So, canonically speaking, Luigi is only supposed to have gotten a D in this game. So, we're an overachiever. However, I have my own theory about that, because, like, you know me with the idea that I don't necessarily like the idea that the portrait ghosts are all locked up in, like, their paintings. I would rather basically, like, they sort of get to remain characters or achieve rest or whatever. I like to imagine that somewhere in the third act, King Boo manages to release all the ghosts that Luigi has captured and, like, prepares, like, a final assault to try and capture Luigi. But all the portrait ghosts are, like, they're fed up with all the boos and whatnot, so they can actually, like, come to Luigi's defense and try to protect him and whatnot. So I feel like the portrait ghosts aren't really all that bad people. They're just kind of like wanting to basically kind of just want to be left alone to their own afterlife. So after the mansion is basically destroyed because of everything that happens, when Luigi gets his own mansion built, they go haunt that place instead. So it's like, oh great, Luigi got this great reward and now he can't use it. That seems like such a thing that would be so Luigi in my mind, to get screwed out of the place he was living. However, I think that there would be enough money left over that Luigi could build that D rank house that he ends up living in. So it's not exactly the best, but it's all Luigi really needs. Because it's a shame to consider that, like, Egad built that huge friggin' mansion, so did he have to use all the money in order to build it? I really hope not, because then Luigi would have no money to maintain the mansion. So it's not just enough to own the house, you gotta have enough money to maintain it. So anyways, when I basically, like, watched this game through playthroughs and whatnot, I wasn't really expecting all that much from it. But when I watch the playthroughs, it's like, wow, that's really cool. This game is a lot of fun, and I love the idea of collecting vast quantities of treasure in the game. So I basically developed a fascination for the game, and I always wanted to play it myself. The problem is that once the Wii came along and the GameCube games started being taken off the shelves, the prices for GameCube games online started going up, because now people suddenly realized that they had a valuable resource and they weren't just going to give it up lightly. So I managed to find a good copy of Luigi's Mansion for a fairly cheap price. I bought it for myself, and I basically waited until around Halloween time to play it. Didn't exactly work out the way I wanted to, but I'm glad that I basically did it. This game, I would say, didn't necessarily live up to my expectations, because it is frustrating. It's frustrating beyond all hell. The controls can be a bit hard to get through. The ghosts can be a bit tedious. I'd say that it's far too easy to lose health and money in this game. And that's a huge consequence in my mind. The fact that you can lose so much money if you take too much damage. But it is fun, and it is satisfying to get back in there and do your best. So man, I really hate the fact that I basically, like, hit save, because now it looks like I'm up to Area 1 again with no gold. Where will you go, Luigi? The Hidden Mansion. What's that about? Ah, seriously, I have no idea what the Hidden Mansion is, but I just came in here to see if I could basically check out the gallery. And that's my house with my rank. Neville. King Boo. Got the bronze on him. I gotta admit, I kind of enjoy this pose a bit more. I feel like it's a bit more dynamic than the gold rank one is. I feel like the problem with this painting is kind of the same problem that I have with the boss fight itself. It accentuates Bowser a bit more than it does King Boo. If it were me painting this, I would have Bowser in the background, kind of like as an ominous silhouette, and King Boo large in the foreground, staring directly at the viewer with that evil grin and glare of his. To basically show you that it's like, it's still King Boo you're fighting, but he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So, hard to believe that basically the rest of the series can only occur because EGAD sold that painting at a garage sale. Why would he sell that? I mean, was it an accident? The guy is pretty old, so... I've got... Aw, dang it. Oh, yes. Wow, this is Nana? Jesus. She's trippy. I've gotten gold ranks on every single ghost on this haul, but here's where it all gets screwed up. Ah, Melody Pianissima. I gotta admit that Nana gave me a hard time, but Sue P, she arguably gave me just as much a hard time. The tedium of trying to basically wake her up, then get rid of her clown dolls, and then try to suck her up without her breaking the stream. I'm surprised that considering how small she is, she puts up quite a strong fight. You would think that basically she was as strong as Uncle Lugs. God damn it, I friggin' hated her. Oh good. It seems like the paintings that I got a bad score on are tucked away in the corner. Sir Weston, I got a bronze. Oh well. And Vincent Van Gogh. I really feel like he needs to make a comeback in the series and come back in a future game. I would have preferred it if he came back for Luigi's Mansion 3, but so far, as little as I know about that game, it doesn't seem like it's happened. Anyways, I mean, this game has its frustrating bits, and I feel like basically if I was playing it under less pressured circumstances to basically do my best and just did a completely casual playthrough, like say if I wanted to do a playthrough that basically required me to get the least amount of money without getting the worst possible rank, that would be a challenge, but I think that I'd be doing it in a less stressful way. And I'd have to get all the portrait ghosts too, so I'd have to make sure I'd get them all and make as little money as possible. So, anyways, so it was frustrating, but I'm glad. The challenge was fun. So, I guess there's really not much else to say at this point. I lost all the stuff. Kind of wish that Mario was down here, so that basically, we could have an interaction with him. Slim bank shot, irritating as hell. And thanks for your help, madam. You were great. Well, anyways, I guess there's really not much else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment on the comment section below. The comments mean the most to me. If you want to... Well, I think that basically at this point, this could be the last episode that Linkzilla ever submits to this channel. So, if you've enjoyed tuning in, just let me know, and that will have made all of this the slightest bit worth it. And Luigi, he might basically be player 2, but he is a world-class ghost catcher. And he's loaded. So, 100 millionaire, this guy. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. And, well, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.